Everyone. Welcome to Manhattan Community Board's annual budget priorities hearing for fiscal year 2027. We are charter mandated to host this meeting to welcome members of the public to help us assess the needs of our community, take a look at what programs need funding, what kinds of parts of our district need renovation or reconstruction. My name is Andrea Gordillo. I'm the chairperson and by maybe chairpersons of our board today and our district manager. Susan, would you like to discuss a little bit about explaining capital and expense?
What we're looking for today is how the community would like the agencies to spend money in our community. This is capital money, which are large, like $50,000 expenditures, or expense money, which is like salaries, programs like program for parks, staff, seasonal staff to have summer camps type of program for children. It is not some small things like filling potholes that are within an ordinary budget. So if there's people have any questions, I'm certainly happy to answer. But and this is for the year starting July 1st, 2026. That'll be the next budget. And that's it.
Seeing no questions, I'll start with the member of the public here in the office, Bala Chandar. Did you want to testify or express any needs? Sure.
Hello, my name is Bala Chandra. I'm a resident here on Second Street, and I'm a member of a community garden at Green Oasis, which is at 8th Street between Avenue C and D. And I'm very passionate about our ecology and how that relates to our infrastructure and public health. In particular, I'm interested in native plants. So native plants are plants that are indigenous to the United States. They've co-evolved with the insects. And without these plants and insects that are at the bottom of the food chain, the entire food web collapses. So birds, mammals, and eventually humans. So there are programs, for example, at Friends of Tompkins Square Park to reintroduce native plants, prairie, meadow, wildflowers, and help the bees, the butterflies, and birds, and so on. So not only that, having this dense planting helps a lot with flooding mitigation and stormwater absorption. So there's a huge project over on the east side to build walls, but we can also do this we can also help with biological means by having so many grasses and plants that absorbs excess stormwater, which also protects the buildings. So I think money for these measures, for example, at Tompkins Square Park, but also at other places, would be very beneficial for the community, both the humans and the animals and the plants.
What exactly are you asking for in the chair?
Sorry. So I guess specifically, there is an organization called Friends of Tompkins Square Park, and the lady who runs it, Kathleen, she's doing an amazing job planting native plant meadows. But it's always expensive and always an issue for plants themselves, but also compost and labor. So I think money, just talking to the organization and then allocating money toward that budget. But I don't have a specific plan as of yet.
Yeah, that was my question. So if there's anything else you'd like to add about, the Green Oasis Garden, anything like that?
Check us out if you want to be part of the community. It's kind of like having your own backyard, being part of your neighborhood. Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Linda, do you want to unmute and talk?
Hi, I'm Linda Jones, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Seward Park Conservancy. Interestingly, to follow up on the previous gentleman, the Seward Park Conservancy has spent several years now developing a pollinator place in our park. It is quite mature now. It supports a really nice community of bees and butterflies and birds, and who knows what's down there on the ground, probably squirrels and maybe some rats. In any case, we've done this with a temporary, quite unattractive fence around the garden, but a pollinator place needs a fence. And so our first request is for a permanent fence around our pollinator place. The second is, I think, in support of some things the Parks Department would like to do, which is to replace the playground equipment in the park. We support this. Thank you.
In order for me to call on more people, I have to promote you to a panelist. And when I do that, you have to, I'm sorry. Thank you, Linda. I was just trying to.
Yeah, you can unpromote me if you like.
No, well, you're all promoted already.
Okay.
But no one else is accepting the promotion. So I'm letting all the attendees know. If you would like to speak, you may just be on to listen, but if you would like to speak, I'm trying to promote you to panelist. So you would have to accept it. If you're not interested in speaking, that's fine. You don't have to accept it. Thank you. I'll try again. Looks like nobody wanted to be promoted. If you would like to speak, please raise your Zoom hand.
Hi, Ina, we've promoted you as panelists. You can unmute and speak now.
Ina, you can unmute yourself and speak.
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hi. I am a resident of the neighborhood and a member of the MK Garden, located on Christie, between Delancey and Rivington. And we have a really big desire and need to have permeable pavers for the garden, because accessibility to the garden is paramount, and the entire walkway is asphalt, and it's just in different elevations, and elderly and children can't really walk or enjoy the garden without tripping, or basically can't get into the garden in certain areas. And that's something that we really need the community board to put on the budget, as well as an ADA ramp between the BRC, the Senior Citizen Center, and the garden, so that the senior citizens can enjoy the garden. It's just not handicap accessible at this time. Are there any questions?
Thank you, Ina.
Okay, thank you.
You're so clear. Thank you.
So nobody else has raised their hand or accepted promotion. So unless we see another raised hand, it looks like that's all the speakers online that wanted to speak.
Hi. Sorry, if there's no one who's waiting in to raise their hand, there's one more thing I did want to bring up. There's this beautiful artwork that's located on Rivington Street, and it's to commemorate the second African American burial site. It's illuminated, which actually in the community has made that area a lot safer. The artwork was part of a celebration of Juneteenth, and it wasn't the grant and funding that was provided for it wasn't intended for it to be a permanent art installation. And so, since it's illuminated, there are funds that need to be allocated to keep it running, which will expire in October. And the garden and the community are trying to figure out ways to keep that artwork up and illuminated to bring awareness to the historic site as well as to keep the community safe.
That would not be a budget line for one of the agencies for the next year. Suggest is pursuing either more grants or elected officials' discretionary funds. They might still have some funding left for that. I think that would be a more direct route for you.
Okay, so grants and
Elected officials have discretionary funds. Now, they may all be allocated for this year, but that is something you can try your local elected officials and see if they can help you.
okay, thank you very much.
Thanks everyone for coming. Appreciate everyone's contributions. No, adjourned, right? Yeah. Thank you. We'll see you all next year. Take care. Fine.